Sorry guys. Now just you see over here how we are declaring multi-dimensional array and how we are initializing the value inside it. So now 1, 2, 3. So now just see over here 3, now 4, 5, 6, and now I am giving the value over here 7, 8, 9. Correct. Now, guys, who has asked me to record this session, can you please stop recording? Because you are at company, right? You are not having any right to record this session. If you will record, you will face issue during the selection process. So can you please stop recording? I will be giving you I'm explaining you with uh, in very deep and detailed way, right? So is it necessary to record? You know, along with you, I can also get. I will also get a disturbance from the company too.
Yes, sir, I have stopped.
Yeah, thank you. Sorry. So just like focus more on learning the skills and focus more on enhancing your skills and practice more such that after attending the test you will join the company. Getting my point? So you keep that thing into your mind and do practice in that level. Once you will come inside this organization, you can do the recording whenever you will try to like whenever you will attend the meeting, but with permission from management team, you will have to take the permission. Now see over here, this is what second dimension array, and this way we can declare. This is declaration as well as initialization. What is the row? Three row, three column. We need 3 by 3 only, na? 3 by 3. Okay, fine. So, for int I equal to 3, I is less than I equal to 0, I is less than what? 3 and I plus plus. So, yeah, and 4 int j equal to 0, j is less than 3 and j plus plus. Now, see, I'm printing the value system dot out dot println, and how we are going to print this one? matrix matrix 1 will give it subscript j, and I'm giving over here a space, and after this I'm giving one slash n. Just let me save it and let me execute it. You are able to see the output over here. See into the console. We are getting now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This way we can declare multi-dimensional array. So this is the what second dimension, two-dimensional array, 2D array, which row and column size I have not defined, but it is picking the rows and column based on this input value. But if you want to define row and column at your according to your choice, you can do over here like this. What how matrix 1 equal to new int, and over here you can define the row 3 row and 4 column. That's it. So over here only declaration, over here only declaration. You can change this order also. 2 3 3 4 4 4, as you can do that one. So I'm giving 3 3 4, and 3 4 get 12 means, but how many values we'll have to assign inside this matrix? We'll have to assign 12 values. But over here I have declared only. Did I initialize the value? No, not initialize yet. Either you can do manually or you can ask the user to give the input. So how you can do manually? Simple. You can write 0 over here 0 equal to what? 1. Now in the similar way you can do, just you copy paste 2, 3, 4. So it is having how much? 3 row 4 column. So 3 row 4 column. The 4 column is what? 4 data will have to assign na. So 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 2, 0, 3. Correct. Now we'll come over here 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, control C, control V, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3. Now the same thing we'll do for what? So first row, second row, and third row. So 3 row, 4 column. Now over here 2, 0, 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3. That's it. Value 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9, 10, 11, now 12. Correct? Now this is what 3, 4 na. So we'll take it what? 3 row and 4 column. I'm printing the value of matrix M1. M1 value just 3 over. uh, Getting my point? So let me execute this one. Coming right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. This is what? Two-dimensional array, and this way we can do what? We can initialize, declare, and initialize. Also, we can ask the user to give the input and we can initialize it. So let me create another program and let me show you over there too. Sorry. So multi-dimension, but ARR or matrix, MATRI, matrix program. So in this matrix program, let me copy from the previous one. Let's copy this. Now we'll show you how to, yeah. Remember one thing, without main method, we can't execute, as we have already learned it during our first session. So this is the array declaration. Now we'll ask the user to give the input. How we do that? The same for loop will uh, do over here. But before that, we'll have to create a scanner class object or not. Yes, SCANNR scanner is equal to new SCANNR scanner equal to system dot in. Now using this only, will ask the user to enter data system.out.println. What I'm asking the user, enter matrix data. Now user will give the input, but if user will give the input, will have to initialize that value or not? Definitely will have to initialize that. Where? In this matrix. But I have written over here subscript. Just you remember over here, see over here, subscript. This is what? Row index, and this is what? Column index. Means what? In this row, this is what? Our first row. This is what? Our first row. In this row, zeroth row, I equal to 0, right? So zeroth row and j equal to what? 0, 0, 0. Means at 0, 0, you store what? 1. Getting my point? Now I is 0 only. Why? Because the control is in this for loop. Correct. I is 0 only. And now j became what? 2. Sorry, 1. First it was 0. Now j became what? 1. But I is 0. So at zeroth row and first column is this. 2 assign that. So 2 got assigned over here. Now I am asked in the next line. I is 0 only. We are having j how much? 2. Correct. So 2 means what? This row. 0, 1 and 2. Over here you store 3. This way it is going further. And once j become 3, then okay, at 3th position it will store. But once j become 4, now it is checking is 4 less than 4. Incorrect. So control will come out. It will print next line. Means what? From here control will come in this line. Now I will become what? 2, sorry, 1. Now it is checking 1 is less than 3, condition true. It will go inside, and from 0 to 3 it will again store this 5, 6, 7, 8. And then it will come next line. Now in this it will go up and it will increment 1. Now I is 3. For this 3 it will again run from 0 to 3. So this 3, 0, this 1, 2 and 3. Now j will become what? 4. 4. It is checking 4 is less than 4, condition false. It will come out. It will print 1. Next line means what? Next line we are having. Now again it will go top over here. Outermost for loop. It will increment the value. I was 3. Now I became 4. Now it now it no. And now I became what? 3 only, because 0, 1 and 2. Now I became 3. It is checking I. 3 is less than 3. Condition false. It will directly come out this for loop. So initialization done. Now we are printing the value over here. Let me save it. Let me execute it. So now you can see over here. It is asking now how much value it will ask. 3 4 ja 14, 12, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1, 2, 3, 6 output. This is what? 9, 10, 11, 12 value only it stored, right? It has stored 3 to 12 value. See, now it is matrix. I have printed it over here. So this way we can declare and initialize multi-dimensional array. This is user defined. We are asking from user to give the input and we are storing into the matrix and we are displaying. And in the previous one, what we have done during the only programmer has declared this matrix and only programmer has but given the value, means but initialize the value inside this matrix, and then after we have displayed it. But we have displayed it over here, but in this way only, using this nested for loop. Nested for loop, just remember that nested. Why? Because for loop inside for loop. This is nested for loop. Now over here we can take this value. We can directly take this value and we can check whether it is divisible by 2 or not. If it is divisible by 2, means what? This value is what? Even. If not divisible by 2, this value is what? Odd. This way, whatever the operation we have performed over single dimension array, we can perform it over multi-dimensional array also. Means what's the assignment we can have? We can have the assignment like declare one two-dimensional array, two-dimensional array having order 3 by 3, and find out total number of and display what? Even number. They can ask you display odd number. They can ask you do the summation of total available even number. Do the summation of total available odd number. They can ask you to display total prime numbers available. They can ask you to make the transpose of this matrix. They can ask you to check whether this is skew symmetric, or they can ask you whether this matrix is symmetric matrix or not. They can ask you whether write a program to declare and take the value from the user. Uh, Declare matrix of order 3 by 3 or 4 by 4, or like that they can ask you, and they can ask you check whether this matrix is unique matrix or not. They can ask you to print lower half or upper half. They can ask you to print to check whether the matrix given matrix is diagonal matrix or not. They can ask you write a program to create a matrix of 4 by 4 order and display display or calculate the sum of diagonal elements. So this kind of assignment can have. Getting my point? So if you are in a position to declare and initialize and print, you can complete those assignments also. So I hope it is clear to all of you. Most important for the to attend for the interview. Most important this array concept, single dimensional as well as multi-dimensional, and most important loop concept, control statement also. So you can work on it. If you have doubt, you can ask me in this single dimensional, multi-dimensional. Give me 2 minutes or 3 minutes of break. We'll resume with our next topic, that is what oops concept. I hope it is clear to all of you. So let me go with the next concept. That concept we are having what with oops concept. So oops concept, as in the very beginning we have learned that Java is what? Java is an object oriented programming language. Guys, am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, yes, you're audible.
Okay. Thank you for confirming. So Java is what? An object oriented programming language. At the very beginning we have learned about this one. So why we are calling it as a Java? Java is an object oriented programming language. We are calling it as an object oriented programming language because it follows the principle of object oriented programming. But what is the principle? Then the question is coming into our mind. What is the principle of object oriented programming? So the main principle of object oriented programming is what? And a programming language is said to be an object oriented if that follows the object oriented programming principles, and the principles are what? Class, object, encapsulation, inheritance, polymorphism, and abstractions. If that language is following this principle, means what? That language is nothing but what? Object oriented programming language. So what is the definition of object oriented programming language? Java, so Java is an object oriented programming language, which means it follows the principle of object oriented programming, and the principles are what? Class, object, encapsulation, inheritance, polymorphism, abstraction. I hope it is clear to all of you. And and see, just remember over here, Java is an object oriented. Why? Because in Java, whatever the code you are going to write, that code will not go beyond the class or object. Why I am telling this one? Because this is the very beginning of our code, and this is very end of our code. Whatever we have written inside this class. Did I wrote anything outside? No. If we'll try to write, if we'll try to write, we'll get the error. Error is in front of you. See. And this is what method. Means what? Beyond this class, you can write, but inside another class only. Class CLA double S class demo or anything, you can take the name. Over here, you can give this value. No any error. But as long as you will try to write it outside, you will get the error. Getting error? Getting error. And that's the reason what Java is called as object oriented programming language. Why? Because Java is following principle of object oriented programming language. And what? Why we are telling that it is following principle of object oriented programming language? Because class is falling under that object oriented programming principles. Is it clear to all of you guys? And now see, we are having how much? What are the principles? Class, object, encapsulation, inheritance, polymorphism, abstraction. We'll see all these one by one, one by one. So I hope it is clear what is OOPS, object oriented programming language. A language which will follow the principle of object oriented programming, that is called as what? Object oriented programming language. And what are the principle of object oriented programming? Those principles are what? Class, object, encapsulation, inheritance, polymorphism, and abstraction. Now talking about the class. As we wrote many problems, as we wrote many code to solve the problem, but uh, we wrote many codes, but those codes we wrote inside the class. Now we are going to learn about what is class. Getting my point? We have created the class, we have created the main method, and inside this main method uh, we wrote the code, and according to our code we got the output also. But actually now we are going to learn about the classes. We are going to learn about the object. We are going to learn about the instance variable. We are going to learn about the member functions. Member functions. We are going to learn that one. So now you can say that actual Java programming we are going to start. So just see. So talking about the class. So class is nothing but what? A class is a block of code which consists data members and member functions. Remember that one. Class in Java, class is a block of code. Why we are telling class as a block of code? As you are able to see over here, this class is nothing but what? It is a block of code or not? Yes. Which are the block? This and this. So inside this block only we are writing the code, and that's the reason we are calling it as a what? Java class is a block of code. And if we'll talk about what is block of code, that block of code is nothing but what? Data members and member functions. So data members are nothing but what? The variables which we are declaring, and the member function is nothing but what? The method which we are declaring. So either declaring or defining. This main is a method or not? Yes. So this is the system defined method, but we can do user defined method also. So that is nothing but what? A class is a block. Class is a block of code or collection of code under a block. That's it. Which consists data members and member functions. That's it. We can also tell that another way. Class is a collection of data members, member functions, and object. Because inside this class only we are going to create the object of that class. So I hope this definition of this class is clear to all of you. And now talking about class, so it defines a type of object according to the data it will store and the operation that can be performed on the data. That is okay. It can define the method means what? Nothing but what? That defines the behavior of that behavior of that method defines the behavior. Correct. What kind of actions we are going to perform on that data? That method is defining that one. So as for the example over here, I wrote. Let me go with this example. So where is the oops concept? Okay, fine. This is the project oops concept class and object. So I'm defining over here one class vehicle, and it is having int name, vehicle name, sorry, int a string vehicle name, int model number, a string vehicle color, vehicle color. So these three members I have defined over here. Now I'm giving one method. I'm defining one method. Void what? Display vehicle, and what this display vehicle will do? It will print what? Vehicle name. Vehicle name, vehicle name, and vehicle, model number. Guys, please mute yourself. This is most important topic. This out. I'm defining over here vehicle color. So in this, which variable I have written this vehicle? vehicle vehicle color. Correct. So this is one class. Class name is vehicle, and this is the block of complete this vehicle class. And inside this block, this is what data members, and this is what member functions or behavior we can say also. Or so we can also define one behavior over here also. Void what run vehicle, or leave it. So this much it is having correct. Now what is my task? So we are having this class now. This is one class and this is another class. So you got the meaning how to create the class. We are using class keyword to create the class. This is the class name and this is the class body. So before that, let me show you. Class keyword will have to use, class name will have to use, then after class body will have to define. This is the class body. Why we are telling this as a body? It will remove this one. Still now it will called as a what? It is a body. Body means what? Opening curly braces and closing curly braces. Getting my point or not? And inside that, whatever you will write, that is the body of that class. So class keyword, class name, followed by class body, and inside this, whatever you will write, that is the body of that class. So I hope it is clear to all of you how to create the class, and so you are able to see this is one vehicle class, and vehicle class is having some properties. Now, now, now moving further and talking about the guys, please mute yourself. Guys, please mute yourself. Anuj Chaube, let me mute myself. So now practical example I'm talking about this class concept, this class how we are going to define this one. So just see as if we represent this class in Hindi, then what is the meaning of this class? How this class is going to represent? Suppose as per the example I'm giving you, class means what? Ninth class. So it represent one group or not? Class means what? It is representing a group of object. Getting my point or not? So ninth class means what? Whatever the student who are sitting in the ninth class, that is nothing but what? Ninth class student. Means what? Ninth class is representing a group of students, not a single student. Getting my point? Let me talk another example. Now I'm talking about this class. I'm talking about this class as a C. I'm talking about this class as a like you heard the name of bank. Getting my point? So bank is a class. Why we are telling that bank is a class? Because bank as the as the name I'm taking bank. Bank means what? It is representing not a specific bank. It is representing means bank which are falling under the under this. Correct or not? Means what? Every bank, if I'm taking the name of the bank, means what? It is representing a bank class, and bank is having some properties. What are those properties? Bank will have bank name, bank will have bank branch, bank will have city, bank will have what? uh, City, then add city, then country. Bank will have what? Branch ID. Bank will have bank will have main like email. Bank will have many things. These are the properties of bank, right? Bank name, bank city, bank country, and bank bank ID. Getting my point or not? So these are the properties which is applicable for all the bank. The bank which are falling under this one, na, that is called as what? The bank itself. Means what? Bank is having a properties, and those properties is applicable for all the bank which are falling under the bank class. So among this bank, we are having one bank like SBI. So we can say that SBI is nothing but an object of the bank class. Why? We are saying that SBI is an object of bank class because SBI bank is having all the properties which are having the properties of the bank. Suppose you are a student. Why anybody, or either me or anybody, is telling that you are a student? Because you are having a student properties, a student class properties. What are those student class properties? A student class is nothing but what? A student name, a student roll number, a student email ID, a student contact number, a student city, a student country, a student branch. Getting my point? So these are the properties which falls under the student class. And if you are a student, definitely you will have this property. If I'm the student, I will also have the same property. Means what? These properties are common for every student. If you are having the all properties of the student class, means what? We can definitely say you that you are a student. Getting my point? Means what? A student a student represents a student class. And we I can tell you, or other one can tell you, as an student, on behalf of the properties which you are having from the student class. Like you are having your name, you are having a student roll number, you are having a student email ID, you are having a student course name, you are having a student city, you are having a student country also. So a student is a class. Among those class, you are, means Chandan or Ritik or Jaher or Anuj, those are what? Object of that class. So that is nothing but what? Class and object concept. I hope it is clear to all of you. In the similar way, vehicle is a practical example. Vehicle means what? You are familiar with this vehicle, right? Means we can say that product is a vehicle product. Why? If that vehicle will have the properties of the vehicle. Which properties? Vehicle will have vehicle name, vehicle model number, vehicle color, and many other properties it can have or not. Definitely it can have. And what are the behavior of this vehicle? Behavior is what? Vehicle can run, vehicle can make sound. So these are nothing but what? It is a properties. These name and model and vehicle color, these are what? Data member. And the properties is nothing but what? Behavior or function or method. Getting my point? So this is all about what? Class. And how we are going to create object of this class? Will create the object of this class. Getting my point? So just see how to create the object of this class. So we'll have to take the name of this class, vehicle, and vehicle name, car. This is car is
equal
an
to
equal to new vehicle. We'll give this. So this way are we can define the object of the class name, class object name equal to new, and this vehicle means what? Class name once again followed by this. So just remember, whenever or wherever we'll use this new keyword, basically this new keyword we are using to create object of the class. Are you getting my point? During during the learning of these keywords, at that time we came across with this new. We came across with this one also. We came or not? Yes, we came. So now we have seen practically this one, and now we are seeing this usage of new keyword. Remember always new keyword we are using to create an object of the class during the runtime or execution time. So now guys tell me, if you are the student, I can say you the student only if you can have the properties of a student class or not. Yes. What are those properties? Student roll number, student name, like that. Correct or not?
Yes.
In the similar way, over here I can say that car is an object of the vehicle class only if this car will have the properties of this vehicle. If this car will not have the properties of this vehicle, how can we say that car is a vehicle? We can't say. Suppose this is an object, car is an object, but it will have the properties a student roll number, a student name, and a student email ID. Can we say this car is an object of this vehicle? No, we can't say. Getting my point? We can say this car is an object of the vehicle only if this car will have the properties of this vehicle. Otherwise, we can't say this. Correct? So, as per another example, let me check. So, bird, BIRD, bird is a class. Correct? But bird is a class, and that class will have the properties or not. What are those properties? Bird will have the wings. The bird, and bird will have the name. Bird will have the wings. And what is the behavior of that bird? Bird can fly. If these properties will have in any entity, then we can proudly say that that entity is nothing but an object of the bird class. Means what? We can take the name as parrot is there, right? A sparrow is there. So parrot is an we can say that parrot is a bird. Why? Because parrot is having all the properties of the bird class. Me- Means what? Parrot parrot is having the name. Parrot parrot is having the wing. Parrot parrot can fly or not? Yes. Means what? Proudly we can say that parrot is a bird. So parrot is an object of the bird class, correct or not? Bird class. In the similar way, vehicle car is a object of the vehicle class. Why? Because car is having the properties. And now see how we are going to access these properties. Object name, then we'll use of dot. So why it is not visible to all of us? It is hidden, right? So it is hidden. Yes, car. It is hidden. So let me do one thing. Let me rename this. Let me do one thing. It is hidden. I will show you why it is hidden. So I hope you are not getting bored. So vehicle, let me update it. And now after updating, let me cut it over here. Okay, fine. Previous it was correct. Let me do one thing. Vehicle. Rename it. Vehicle main program. No, can't do it. So, so let me create one another. Vehicle main program. In this vehicle main program, I'm doing one thing. Okay, fine. Let me copy this. Let me paste it over here. And so this is our main class, right? Main class name. So we'll have to write main method over here. I'm writing this main method. Inside this main method, what I'm going to do, guys, let me change my headphone, and battery is getting down. So Now it is coming. Fine. Let me remove it. Remove it out. Fine. Let me check it. Change it. Audible, guys? Hello.
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Thank you. So
Audible, sir.
okay, thank you. So let me remove it out. Now just see. So over here I have created one object of that vehicle, and this car, we can say that it is an object of the vehicle class only if this car will have the properties of this vehicle class. Getting my point? So car and dot. Now you see these are coming or not? Model number coming, right? Vehicle color is coming, vehicle name is coming, and display vehicle means what? This function or method is also falling coming over here means what? Using this car is having all these properties or not? All these properties this car is having. Now we can say that this car is an object of that vehicle class, and using this we can access this one. And the car dot model number. So let me car dot name, vehicle name, I'm giving it over here. What? Let me suppose Wagner. Now car dot vehicle color brown. This is a string. So we during the learning of literals we have seen a string literal, character literal, integral literal, float literal, double literal, binary literal. All those things we have seen, right? So this is a string literals, and the car vehicle is of type a string. Na? Vehicle color is type of a string. So we have to give it in a string literals. Will have to give it over here. So color is what? Brown. Brown. I'm taking the brown, and now car dot model number. I'm giving any model number. So model number integer. Let me make it a string. Why? SM 2002025. So this is what? One model number. Using this, see what I am doing over here. Just this is at some point of time you might heard that class is a blueprint. Means what? This class is a declaration only. It will not exist into the memory. Getting my point? It is a declaration only. It is our duty when so no sorry, this this will not exist in the memory. It will exist in memory only when we'll create the object of that class. So we are creating object over here, and now it is our duty to initialize the value of this class variables. Getting my point? How we are going to assign the value? Directly we can't access this outside of the class. If we want to use that one, we'll have to use their object only. So using this object, I am accessing car class vehicle name, I am accessing car class vehicle color, I am accessing car class model number, and then I am assigning the literals or value. Getting my point? So now assignment of the value into the instance variable, I have completed it over here. Now our next task is what? Our next task is to access this method. How we are going to access that one? We'll call it, but how we'll call it? Using that object only, display. Now see, I saved it, and now let me execute this one. We'll get the output. How we'll get that one? Just see. It is telling some. See, output came right. How it came? What the value I have given? Wagner, Brown, and model number. See, vehicle name is Wagner, vehicle model number is this, and vehicle color is what? Brown. So this is nothing but what? Class and object concept. Is it clear to all of you? So how we are creating class? This way. What are those data members? These are the data members. What are the methods or behavior? So this is what? Method or behavior of the class. If we have created class data member and member function, then how we are going to initialize the value? This is one way to initialize the this is one way to initialize the value. After creating the car class object, using this object, we can initialize the value of this class, and using this object only, we can access the value. Is it clear to all of you guys? Now moving further. So this is nothing but what? Class and object concept. We are having different a lot of things we have to learn inside this class. So we'll move